What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time we did Zeratul with whatever he has to support his ground units, and this time we will do Stetboy using his Mecha Ultralisks. So we will of course be on Signal Savant, so Gary won't be that much of a factor because I don't want him to be that much of a factor. I will go with upgrade resource cost so that my use will be better. Stetzone bonuses so that the Ultralisks will be even better inside the zone, and structure morph rate so I can have a lot of, well, fast buildings. Also because with this the first prestige, I don't really need that fast of a satellite deploy cooldown, so let's get to it. Thank you to Notorious Thief who is supporting me the mobilization wave tier, and Darth, Lucinous Imperialist, Shadow Archon who are supporting me the Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Once again, I am on the Maguro map so that I can select the enemy composition as the Masters and Machines, aka Ground Toss with High Templar and Colossus. Okay, so we begin with, of course, a worker. And then you can see that the area of the first prestige satellite is way bigger than the normal satellite or even that of the hatchery. Start with the gas. It's gonna be the usual build for me. Fast gas after the Overlord is started, then saturate right away. It'll be fun. So as soon as the Overlord pops out, I go up to 18 supply, even 19 supply of workers, and then I'll hold until I have 200 minerals, so I can start my spawning pool. I'm just spreading. I actually have no idea why this drone is chilling out over here. It's a less optimized thing, but maybe he's just in a bad mood or something. That drone probably got fired from work, or his girlfriend dumped him, something like that. He just doesn't feel like coming to work today. But don't jump, drone. Don't jump. It's not a very pleasant jump. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good drone. Yeah, go back to work before I turn you into a building or something. Anyway, yeah, this guy, just go back here. Yeah. So I start the lair right away, and once the lair completes, I will. Oh, that was the drone I picked from earlier. That was actually the drone that was about to jump off the cliff, and now he's a beautiful infestation pit. All right. So I morph a few Zerglings to attack these rocks. Of course, this will be a build where I want to go for a lot of Mecha Ultralisks. So I will want a fast expansion. To do that, I want these Zerglings to break these rocks so I can place my hatchery as close as possible to the resources and then harvest the resources. You can see that these satellites provide vision, and I'm not having any difficulty putting them over in this area because these things are buildings, and where they're air units or air buildings, I guess, and these Zealots cannot attack them. Just spraying these out, getting as much vision as I can of the map, while these rocks are, in fact, going down. Overlord once again emerging. That means I can start the Mecha Ultralisk Cavern, which will allow me to construct Mecha Ultralisks. You can see these Zealots just walking past. I will try to distract them using my Zerglings, just kind of buy time until Gary comes out. As much as possible, I prefer that the Ultralisks themselves deal the damage instead of my other units. So Gary is out just in time. He uses that E-Gorb, which of course shoots 3 orbs instead of 1 when you shoot it from inside the stat zone, which is why I like using the E-Gorb inside this green area right here called the stat zone. Rocks are down. That means my hatchery will go up. There we go. Meanwhile, Gary is still cleaning out these Zealots. I should probably unburrow my Zerglings, yeah, so they can start working on these rocks. So it's really nice having a lot of vision thanks to these satellites. I can kind of see where the enemy is coming from. So you saw that I shot my E-Gorb in the direction where the Zealots are running. That is to maximize damage because the Zealots actually will get missed by the E-Gorb if it shoots past them. They'll just get out of range. So I shot the E-Gorb in this direction, so there's a lot to walk along that path and all get damaged, thereby maximizing the E-Gorb damage. Now that the Ultralisk is out, I overcharge this Sunlight in the green zone, and what that does is it gives this Ultralisk essentially a defensive drone. So you can see that I researched Burrow Charge, this first upgrade for the Mecha Ultralisk that will allow the Ultralisk to basically Burrow Charge. Just go through any enemy or any allied or enemy force and just deal big splash damage to any enemy that hits, as long as it's on the ground. So and switch back to green zone, and the green zone will heal up my units, which means this Ultralisk is going back up in health. Another attack of this Mecha Ultralisk. I'm just sacrificing these Zerglings because I don't really need them anymore. I prefer to free up the supply for my Mecha Ultralisks, and aside from that, I also want to make sure that the Zerglings don't get any damage. That's why I'm killing them off. So you can say I switch to the purple zone momentarily. The purple zone will allow my Mecha Ultralisks to regen energy faster. The regen, of course, or the energy, of course, is used to use more Burrow Charges. You can see energy is going up really fast. That will allow this Ultralisk to get more charges or more usages of this Burrow Charge soon. So this upgrade, the last upgrade is on the way, that will allow me to actually absorb more damage on my Ultralisk, make them tankier, or at least deflect more damage. So it's more of a shield, or a damage mirror. Not really a mirror, a deflector. It just deflects damage. It doesn't reflect damage. It just deflects it. You can see Burrow Charges will stun these guys and allow my Ultralisks to have free reign momentarily, just enough to delete all those forces. I'm getting the last upgrade. The last upgrade is the Secret Sauce to allow me to deal with air units without the need for Gary. Ultralisks usually have no option to shoot up unless they are Stukov's Apocalypse, but Stetboys, Ultralisks have an ability that allows it to siphon energy off of mechanical units in the air. Which is why that I'm not really relying on Gary. I'd rather not have Gary in the action because the Ultralisks themselves can handle it just fine. So once again, Burrow Charge, you can see that does stun these Immortals. The Immortals normally deal a lot of damage against my Ultralisks because I think they deal 50 damage against Armored, and Armored is what my Ultralisks are. That's why the stun against them is really effective and really helpful, because the more they're stunned, the less they're shooting at me. And the less you're shooting at me, the more likely my Ultralisks will survive. These guys here, Ultralisks. So you can see these bots are returning to the base, and once they're in, they're safe. Again, Burrow Charge, clean out these guys. Storm. You can see I switched to blue zone. The blue zone, as you saw right there, makes my units move really fast, and when I overcharge the blue zone, it will increase the attack speed of my units that are overcharged. Again, I charge these guys into the front. You can see the suction is completely it's completely rendering Gary unnecessary for this. He will still be helpful, but it's actually unnecessary. You can see the Ultras are taking care of these Void Rays just fine. The Void Ray is trying to shoot the Ultras, but Ultras just siphon the health back and eventually release that Void Ray, which is very nice. All I have to do now is delete. So you can say I overcharge the blue zone Starlight. That will make my Ultras attack even faster. You can see they will actually really delete this. Really delete this bonus. And Gary's ability, Teleport, will take them straight to the front. And of course, now that the fight is over, Gary just retreats to let the Ultras get more of their damage in. Again, use the blue zone to make the Ultras move faster. Burrow charge to stun all these guys, make them not a thing. Just suction more health out of that void ray. Ultras be like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Okay, teleport again. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Blue zone. Blue zone will just allow my Ultras to, yeah, smash into this attack wave. Just ram at his attack wave, basically. And run back. Blue zone's really nice. So, you can see here that it's not necessarily best to stay in one Stetson configuration. It's really... You can really optimize by switching up the Stetson configuration depending on what you need. You can see some of these Ultras are getting yellow, and when they're yellow, I'll just retrieve them. I'll just put them in the rear. Meanwhile, I'm going offense while going on defense. The Ultras is really low, so I use the burrow charge backwards to actually save that Ultralisk. So that was a defensive burrow charge away from the fight to allow you to pass through my other Ultralisks. Got more guys here. Again, more burrow charge to whack these guys out of existence. You see these floodlights are giving me such a good field of vision. I can actually see the whole map. It's beautiful. Yeah, Gary's actually just sitting here, not doing anything. That's actually kind of true. Anyway, spreading the stat zone more, and again, I put in the purple zone configuration so that my Ultralisks regain energy, but it does not even matter. The Ultralisks are just ramming through everything like it was nothing. That's beautiful. That's great. Suctioning these war prisms. Next attack wave will be at 15 minutes 30 seconds. It will come from here, so I want a big concave of units to greet them into my loving arms. Or rather, the Ultralisks' loving arms. You can see I made the Ultralisks attack themselves, so they will siphon health off of the war prism. I like that little neat little trick. Anyway, walking right to my trap, I just charge in with my concave of Mecha Ultralisks and delete this whole thing like it ain't no thing. As you can see, only one guy got really low. The one guy, by the way, has 61 kills. So I just use the blue zone to charge into this next area. Really delete them. Really make them not a thing. Once again, switching to the purple zone so that I can regen more energy, because obviously all these abilities require energy. That's why I still use the purple zone. And again, you can see all this time I've been spreading the... Oh, what is that Zalot doing over there? Oh, it just got transported. They just replaced that Zalot, my goodness. Anyway, let's keep moving. So, I'm gonna try and bait some guys out of here. I don't want to fight them all at the same time. I'll peel off this fat hybrid and these two immortals at first. And then pull guys back. Oh, this guy's getting low. Oh boy. Yeah, with the green zone, I can kind of just put it back to safety. This guy was also low, so I used burrow charge backwards, again to pull him to safety. I do have overlords or overseers on the way. Did I lose an Ultralisk? No, it's actually just really low. Oh, watch out for that Yamato. Ouch. That's a lot of damage. But, of course, I can just siphon back the energy. So that is completely fine. Just continuously ram that one hybrid until it's not a thing anymore. You can see these bots, you can see their shaders thing. Their shader things are not lit up yet, which means they're still empty. Alright, now you can see I've split up my... Well, not yet actually. Well, I will split up my Ultralisks into two control groups to allow me to defend two bots at the same time. Because there comes a point where Amon will just send two separate bots in... or two attack waves in separate directions. You see them suctioning energy or health. Alright. I believe I will soon start the control groups. Never mind. I guess I just ram everything here. It's comical. It's actually comical. It's like, what was that unit? I think it was the Bruisers or. Oh, it was the Thoraxes. No, not Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus. Once I got like 6 of them, they can actually completely spawn camp an enemy and make it not even spawn. Thoraxes are so fun. These guys, but these guys shoot up. I guess the Thoraxes also shoot up, or the Tyrannosaurus also shoot up. Which is great, but you know, I'm currently doing the Mecha Ultralisks. Just charge and just barrel through the enemy and delete their faces. Okay, you can see that I've set up the control groups now. So these are 2 different control groups. That is going to be useful for when I need to split my forces to defend 2 things at the same time. By the way, I sacrificed a few workers here so I can free up more supply for more Ultralisks. Attack wave. Just charge in here. Make them not a thing. Next. Attack wave. Just spawning right now. So all I gotta do is just kind of ram my forces there and delete them. And I actually lost no wood. It's a bit unfortunate, but now I can go ahead and start full clearing the map because I can. Because Amon is a little chicken. He doesn't want to come to me, so I will come to him instead. So far, my ultras are just... And a really nice thing about the burrow charge is that you don't have to have your ultras all clump up and derp out around each other. They can just charge through each other and deal more of their damage at the same time. By the way, I have ultras coming from the other side. Oh, I actually lost an ultras right there. That's unfortunate. I didn't think I would actually lose an ultras. You can see there's a gap in the control group here. I didn't actually see it go down, but it certainly did. So that's actually unfortunate. I thought I had a perfect run here, but turns out it didn't. Anyway, so there's 1 void ray here, but the full clear requires that everything goes down. So I sent 3 Ultralisks that have not full health, so they will suction the health out of that void ray, make it not a thing. And as usual, the map is completely cleaned out, so this time I will split my Ultralisks into 3 control groups. 1 control group will camp this spot, another will camp this middle spot, and the last will camp this spot. So I have 1 control group guarding 2 areas because they don't spawn a lot here. But if I leave this spot on guard, they will send stuff here. So I kind of just had this group chill out in the middle. Can't intercept both spots at once. Alright. Actually, let's just fast forward it. You know what'll happen. There it is.
There go the...
Look at the attack waves.
Here come the bad guys.
Here come the bad guys. And all I do is just use the burrow charge. The burrow charge actually just deletes everything. Attack wave here, just delete it. Just make it not a thing. Next attack wave. Spawns over here. This burrow charge. Look at the trail of purple leaves behind. That's kind of funny. Another wave here. Turns out that they just like spawning where my army is. They see this is their army here and another army here, and they thought that this is a safe spot to spawn. Turns out I was just camping right below them, waiting for them to spawn something there. And that's completely fine. Alright. Bots are still harvesting. Terrazine, you can see their visor things are still black. Not yet purple. Oh, it's actually starting to... Yeah, it's starting to actually have a little bit of purple in it. You can see the purple sort of filling up. So it does kind of look like... It's a neat little detail that I have actually never noticed before. Check it out. It does look like it is slowly filling up with terrazine. and when it gets full, the bot will actually start to move back. Oh, that's a cool little detail right there that I never noticed before.
Should be on their way back. I'm low on terrazine and I
Yeah.
need new supplies
So once it's full,
for my
it will start moving.
experiment.
That's cool. That's really cool. This thing, once it reaches, once the visor turns all the way purple, it will start moving back. That's really cool. I'd never noticed that before. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, this I have noticed before. Notice that this geyser is completely empty. It's grayed out. It is barren. It is deserted. I'm still trying to defend nothing. So all I gotta do is smash attack wave. I sent my other control group here because nothing was spawning in the spot anymore. But they do like this area, don't they? They think it's actually safe to spawn there. They thought. Turns out it was just fool's gold. So all I have to do now is teleport back here. Gary, don't do that. Teleport back here. Make my Ultralisks fight the rocks. And now, just wait for the bots to make their way back to the bot base thing. And that's gonna be all she wrote. I just make it move faster. There it is. Or, sitting around waiting for Stetboy to do everything. Alright. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else to do, please leave that in a comment. So let's check out the score screen. Wow, we're nearly done. Just one more left after this Arcturus. So with Stetboy, 21 damage taken by Harvesters. That is actually the third best. Third best. Of course, the only ones better are Dahaka and Swan, who allowed 0 damage to the bots whatsoever. That is insane. Alright. Stetboy. Oh, let me actually. 97% damage. 97.4% damage. That is crazy. That is not quite Dahaka's 99.3. But it is the second best. It is the clear second best in terms of damage output. And the reason is I can rush them out so quickly because Stetboy has a make these guys really fast prestige. Although I'm kind of surprised I didn't get that similar percentage for Abathur. I guess I still needed the Toxic Nest to do a bit of damage early game, which is why they didn't quite get 100%. Oh well. And I think the Toxic Nest did too much work in the other bases, but as soon as I got my Ultralisks up, I even used it to clear out the second base and the second set of bots, so I think that's why. Anyway, full map clear and all bots saved. Alright, let's move on. Okay. So, kills wise, they had 97%. That is, well, 97.0%. Percentage of kills, yeah, that is 97%. So, that's actually close to tied for first. It's essentially tied for first with Dahaka's big boys. And the only reason Dahaka had 100%, or rather, 92% survival rate is because Dahaka the small boy is the only guy here that is the only guy that actually got, the only small guy that got kills at all. And that's where that 3% came from. The rest are big boys. And for Stetboy, he just legit just used Ultralisk here straight up. Of course, survival rate, I did lose one, so that's 27 out of 28. 96%, which is unfortunately not 100%, so he's actually relatively low here. Yeah, so a poll will go up tomorrow asking you guys whether you like Stetboy's Ultralisks, Mecha Ultralisks, relative to the other commanders. He can technically overtake Dahaka. Dahaka right now is almost guaranteed to keep his lead. The only way Stetboy can overtake Dahaka is if he scores a perfect 100%. That'll just barely edge him out over Dahaka. But he needs every single bit of help. Every single one of you guys needs to vote yes if you want Stetboy to take it. If you don't want Setboy, just one vote, just a single no vote. Well, not quite, but 98%. Stetboy gets 98% or below, the Haka will maintain the lead and probably win the title of the best big boy. Something else I noticed. You guys really hated on Zagara's aberrations. Look at that. It's clearly better than Zeratul, well, call-downs, but you guys really hated on that. 28%, my goodness. You guys really hated on the aberrations. Even Zeratul at 71%, which is actually better than Borzun. And Swan. What gives? I like Swan stuff better than, well, just top bars, but I guess I did ask you to vote, and you did vote, so can't complain. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.